This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. There's a saying, SPX, and it's inverse for gold and silver, that tops are a process with the markets, bottoms are an event, because it's always policy intervention to backstop the falling equities and bonds. But it's the exact opposite case with gold and silver. Bottoms are a process and tops are an event. So in a nutshell, I'm looking for that event. And I'm not going to go through and talk right now about this chart of silver. And I know all the reasons why it can continue to move higher. But I think it's right now a little bubblicious. And I've got some reasons for concern. And I've started to flesh those out. Actually, I've more than started. I've fleshed out a lot of them, but not all of the reasons why I'm much more concerned about silver right now than gold. Gold, first and foremost, is monetized. It is being used by China and other countries to settle trade outside of the dollar, outside of U.S. treasuries, U.S. dollar, and the U.S. petrodollar oil. So I think right now we've got a situation where there's some freak out going on in silver from when Jeffrey was first recommending this, remember in April, and he held, it was a big position. And I know Brian, Jose, and Tim, and many others have followed suit. So this is why I've been on this. I've been continuously bullish. I predicted the volatility in October, and I think we're going to have some volatility again coming up really soon. And it's not just because it's a particular match with my intermarket stuff that I've talked about before, which is this geometric mean that has reached very strongly into the stratosphere here, and XAGUSD is also approaching my 98, which is silver. And this chart was posted in June, so all these levels have hit, and then it's gone parabolic. In gold, XAUUSD, we've also hit that 4780, let's call it 4800, and we're chopping about right there. I've mentioned repeatedly how USD CNH, or the yuan CNY, is very tightly correlated with silver. And I will also warn that we've got USD, the bounce that I have been thinking about is happening right here, this 400-week EMA, and we definitely had a little push here with the dollar yuan. And then of course, this is a little bit different and a little bit more complicated. So I want to talk about US dollar yen to gold, because I think it's much more coordinated with what's going on with Japan. And this is where I think I need to flesh this out a little bit more. But I think the dollar yen keeps rising. And this has really come into play with gold and silver taking off in this neck of the woods. September, October, remember the new PM came in for Japan. And right now there's going to be a general election in February 8th. That's the date that I would be very cautious for bulls. I could be completely wrong, but my job is to be risk aware. I lawyer the trade constantly, both the bullish and the bearish, and even suggesting that silver could have a pullback is getting a lot of my comment without any, again, I haven't even read my post. Anyway, the point is, I think this whole escalation and FOMO crowd picked up in earnest right around the time that the new Japanese PM came in. Very hawkish comments towards China, specifically November 7th, fiscal spending, all that jazz. It's growing in importance what Japan does as it relates to gold. But I also think it has some other reasons why this has moved so sharply higher. And there's a lot of carry trade unwind questions going on in this spiking higher Japanese yield. We've got some massive moves. This is the Japanese government bond yield, and we have come back down because they're trying to talk it down, but it's going to be really tough. And by the way, I put this side by side with gold because of that reason. They're so correlated, in my humble opinion, in the same reason that the dollar yuan is correlated with silver. So my point about bringing that up is this comment that I made in a post that I sent out 2 days ago. This new Japanese PM has entered the scene, and folks are very worried about a yen carry trade unwind. And let me just explain that the old way of using yen to buy dollars, to buy NASDAQ plays, in particular the MAG 7 tech tech. This unwinds and creates that pullback in the market, or because they basically sell out of their holdings in US back into dollar and then back into yen, and the yen rises. And so it's a very, very expected, let's just say, path of repatriating yen back. We know this is what we're looking for constantly, and why I didn't see it last year. I kept saying I don't see a risk of a yen carry trade unwind. Well, who's to say we haven't had it happen right here, right now? And it's funny, I'm going to grab this chart from Luke's channel, and of course right here, this is mag 7. So you got this nice flattening that's been going on since September. I've been warning about this. This has been going flat, and then most recently we had 13 days of outperformance in this new year with value over growth, small caps over large. Now, this is not to say that I'm convinced that we're going to roll over. We are right now in a position where we could have a very reflexive bounce in growth. I warned about this. It's coming. I'm looking for it. Or we could completely, of course, fall apart. Not my baseline bet. Just like the market fell into that 68.07 and then bounced right back up. I think that the new way the market is actually dealing with this yen carry trade is they are monetizing into gold. They're selling the NASDAQ, wonder kids, and they're actually converting right into gold. So it's no longer NASDAQ to dollar to yen. They're just going NASDAQ to dollar to gold, or directly from yen to gold. I believe that this has a little thesis here that I'm trying to work out and write up. But the point is, the whole system of hoarding is real. We got that. But the speculation, I believe, in silver right now, also hitting my top fib level in 4.236 for this geometric mean, expanded exponentially from its mean right here to right here, is troublesome, especially when the main argument is about supply deficit. And I'm going to show you in a write-up that I'm doing with Jeffrey's help why the supply deficit is not real for silver. So look for that later. Long story short, I've got most of that written up. I'll finish it up and send it out, and you can make your own decisions. I am not saying that this is going to be the fait accompli, but I do say I think right now it is a darn good time to protect.
Join Club today to engage with Samantha and her team of 10 experts. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more live trading room recap videos and other content.